Congressman James Lankford, he joins us now. Congressman, thanks for taking out the time. I know it's been a busy morning for you.
It has been a busy morning.
Yeah, first I want to get your reaction on Gruber, and then secondly on the intelligence report. But first, Jonathan Gruber, what are you making so far of his testimony, and anything in there that can sort of give us greater insight onto what exactly went on?
It's fascinating. He came out in multiple different places, 20 different spots, and said, okay, here's what happened, here's how they did it, here's what they did, and here's how they manipulated things, and they hid in those attacks, they deceived in this area, and they got it done. And today he comes in and he says, I'm an economist, I'm not in politics, I'm way out of my league, I shouldn't have done this, it was dumb, I said glib statements that were stupid. And so he just basically came out and said, I knew nothing of what I was talking about, so all those people that brought me into those conferences basically should have never brought me because I didn't know anything about anything, and I'm sorry. So it was a very bizarre whole series of apologies, and to say, I'm sorry, I should have never said those things, and I take it all back.
Although Congressman / Senator, because that's your next stop. Right. He did get a little defensive about his modeling when Darrell Issa started to question him. He said, no one's ever questioned me about my model. Is that a place where we can actually find out deception? Because everyone knows that when you put together an economic model, you can tweak it to get a predetermined outcome if that's your goal.
Sure can. The model that he used was obviously what the administration used, what they then sold out to all the states, and said it recommended that the states use those as well, and was paid for each time that model was used, which appropriately, if you create a model, you should be paid for your work on that, but that became the model that everything was based on. So yes, that model is fair game to be able to look at and say, were you trying to get a predetermined result based on the model that was pushed out by the administration? Now
to Senator Feinstein's intelligence report. What's your take on it? It seems the CIA acknowledged early on there were some problems, but they are very offended by this, and so are a lot of Americans who feel like this is putting us in greater danger.
Right. So my first result is, and let me say this quickly, I've not gone through all 450 pages. I've worked through a lot of stuff on the healthcare issues the last couple of days, so I've not gone through all of the report. But I would say the first response that came out of the president was, this is the reason that we had a low standing in the world. The Bush administration did this. They gave us a low standing in the world. I'm absolutely appalled that 6 years into this White House, they're still reaching back and trying to say everything is because of George Bush's fault. He's ignoring things like Benghazi, all of what happened in Syria, all of our relationships with Iran and Israel and the botched, all of what happened in Ukraine. Our position in the world is dramatically weakened, not because of Bush policies and some CIA interrogations that happened, based on current policies right now are the problem in our position in the world. So let me state that. As far as what the CIA came out and said, they said that if in any way that they misled the public or the Congress, that needs to be fixed. That is a protocol that needs to be resolved. But everything that I've seen that they did at this point was legal for them to do. We can determine appropriate, inappropriate on that in the days ahead, but misleading Congress and giving any false information, that is absolutely wrong and can't be done to the American people.
Congressman / Senator Lankford, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Get back in there and get some more. Maybe we can get this guy to turn before the day is over.
Well, you know what? We've got a little bit to get done still for the whole administration on some basic transparency. The most transparent administration in history is proving not to be very transparent.
You know, I wish they had the same urgency to share with the public Benghazi, the IRS, and all the other scandals out there. I wish they were that so, excited to share with us and be transparent about it all.
Pretty eager to put out any Bush issues, pretty tentative to put out any of their own.
Yeah, well, blame Bush has played out a long time ago. Thank you very much, sir.